Hello and welcome to Chapter 1 homework for tax. I'm going to show you some of the problems that you will see on your tax Chapter 1 homework, and if I can, I may go through some. Pretty much the only ones I can is when you see algo. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So when we start assignment and you see these algos, those are ones I can actually go through because they're algorithmic. Problem with Cengage is that there's not much there on algorithmic problems, so I can't really go through all the problems. So if they're not, I'm pretty much stuck, because if I go through it, I basically give you the answer and you can't run it with the new numbers because it's the same problem. So just be wary of that, but I will drop in some hints to help you out. Starting off with problem 1-2. This problem, really all it is figuring out, our good old people, what is the amount of adjusted gross income. Now, be careful of what they state, because again, this say that they're under age 65 in good health. But basically, if you read the instructions and go back to the book or to the lecture videos or even the PowerPoint, you can work right through this. Again, wish I can help. But there's also this check my work tool. It's going to be very, very helpful. Now this one I can. And this one's pretty much almost the same problem. Actually it is. It is the algorithmic person. So that works for me. I don't know why Cengage gave you both when I told it only to give you the algorithmic version of it. But it looks like it did the same thing with 5. So, yeah, we'll go with it. So, let's go ahead and do it. So we got Raul and Ruby. They're married taxpayers. They're both under the age of 65 in good health. Okay. For 2020, I'm actually going to blow this up. I don't think y'all can read it. There we go. That looks a lot better. So, algos, I can go through. And just because of the benefit of the doubt, it also means I'm going through the ones before it. So, they are both under the age of 65 in good health. For 2020, they have a total of $87,900 in wages and $435 in interest income. Okay, Raul and Ruby's deductions for adjusted gross income amount to $4,665, and their itemized deductions equal $13,770. They claim 2 exemptions for the year on their joint tax return. Okay, cool. So, basically we know they're filing jointly, so we're going to be looking at this standard deduction and that standard deduction versus itemized, which was $13,770, means we're going to take the standard. We're not even going to look at itemized. That's done. So what is their adjusted gross income? Okay, so we got to look back at the formula, and we know we have wages. That's part of their gross income, and interest income is also part of it. So, using our handy dandy calculator, which is right here, close that out, and let's clear it out. So, for me, I have 87,900 plus our 435 in interest. Now, these are deductions for adjusted gross income. We should be able to go ahead and take that out. So I should be seeing at 83,670. Again, check. And there we go. And it does provide feedback once you put a number in there, which is also awesome. And it keeps these. That's the only thing. Still not really fond of Cengage, but I do like it when it gives me the green check mark. That means it is correct. Right now there's nothing in here, so it's marking it incorrect and not showing me check my work. So let's go ahead and see. In order to minimize taxable income, Raul and Ruby will take the standard because it's more than they're itemized, and it's going to amount to 24,800. Again, we hit check my work. Always hit check my work after everything you put in, especially when we're dealing with taxes, just because taxes, it can balloon very quickly. Okay, so what is their taxable income? Well, for this one, all we got left is take the AGI minus their standard. So calculator, since this still has the AGI in it, I'm just going to do subtract 24,800. So for me, it is 58,870. Check, and we are completely correct. Okay, and this is what you should see on all of them. And you're going to notice over here, once you're correct, also, it's a green check mark. We love it. And it'll change as you fill in all the answers. Okay, question 3. It's just more good old fun, figuring out adjusted gross income and taxable income. Most of the problems are this. It's just because that is the big focus. Let's see. Go to next. We got yen. Alright, so I'm going to do the algorithmic version. Since, again, this will be just like another version of 1015. Except this one, answers are all the same. This one, the numbers do change, so I can go through it. Alright. So again, we have Diego. He is 28, married to Dolores, age 27. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the extra 1,300 and so forth for 65 and blind. Their salaries for the year amounted to 66,900, and of course they have interest income. Okay, Diego and Dolores' deductions for adjusted gross income amount to 4,235, and their itemized was kind of close, not totally, to their standard. So we already know we're filing jointly, and so since we're filing jointly, we know the answer to this one. They're going to take the standard. It is higher than their itemized. Now, if your itemized is higher, you take the itemized. Alright. They have no dependents. None. We'll go ahead and check my work so you can see that that's correct. And look, we have feedback already here. We haven't even done anything. But we know how to get AGI now. So, take our calculator. We want to take their wages plus their interest income. For me, it's 1,780 minus that deduction for AGI, which we're going to go through in a later chapter. Hit enter. So they are 64,445. That is a fun number there. Okay. Alright, so we know we got the AGI. That is correct. We also know we got their standard. So what amount is their taxable income? Well, again, we want to take AGI minus the standard deduction. So minus 24,800. We got 39,645. Nice. Okay. So the last one is their tax liability for 2020. Now this is a little bit different compared to problem 2 and 3, where we actually have to figure out taxable income. Now, to figure out this, we need to use the tax tables. So here comes the tax tables. Yay! They're not the funnest of tax tables. Alright, let's zoom in, because that hurts my eyes even looking at that. Alright, so this is the 2020 tax table. It's fun. I personally love the formula, but we're going to talk about that formula later on. Because again, if the problem asks to do the tax tables, you do the tax tables. Alright, so our goal here is to find our taxable income. Here, we know our taxable income is $39,645, and we know it's correct. So this is what we're going to find, the range that includes this number. So, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we are close. Here we go. Here's our table. So again, I want to make sure I get close. 645 now. Alright, right here, 39,600 and 39,650. Okay, so this will tell me my tax liability. And we'll go and find married and filing jointly. So that's the second. So right here, it should be $4,360. Okay, let's go ahead and check. And there we go. That's all you're doing using the tax tables. Again, you have to find what your taxable income is. And then you look under the filing status. Okay, so if they're single, we check the first column. Again, married filing separate, which is pretty much the same as single. So, and then of course head of household. Notice that it doesn't have qualified widower or widow. That will follow under married filing jointly. I bet they have the star, and there's a star. So it does state that for y'all. So that's how you run the tax table. I like how in the PowerPoint, in the lecture that I have to go through, they don't provide this. But that's why I do the homework also, in case there is something extra that they end up showing. Okay. So that is the last algorithmic problem. But I'll still kind of give some hints. Let's go through these, see what I can tell you. Okay, so this one, again, you're going to calculate taxable income. So you're doing, basically you have to calculate AGI, which is already here, and then pick out what he's going to file. Of course, it's giving you multiple choice right there. And then finding tax liability using tax tables. We already went through of how to use those. Okay. And then again, we have what makes up their AGI. They have no deductions for it. They have itemize. So again, be wary of certain the items that they actually use. And then I'm gonna already warn you, don't get tripped up with this one. Okay? You know why if you already watched the lecture or looked at the PowerPoint. There's your little hint for that one. Be careful of that one. 16, just a simple file status. And this actually shows tax tables. It also gives tax rate schedules. This is the formula that I like. So we can also do the tax rate schedule. It's about the same as your tax tables. But for this problem, they really want to find their tax liability. So, judging from this answer, again, I can't pick which one because that will be giving you the answer. You're either going to use the tax table or tax rate schedule. Again, you have the good old power of check my work. And this one right here, this one is just basically multiple choice. So really when it comes to these, really just understand the problem, because I know definitely you're going to be using check my work to make sure you selected the right one. But definitely understand, and this is really is asking if if their son qualifies as a child or relative, and can she claim the household head of household filing status. Nothing really more there. Alright, so that brings me up to these two problems. These are the two bad boys. Okay, these are comprehensive problems, and you're going to basically see either one or two of them at the end of every chapter. And I would be paying attention to these because these may end up getting picked up for the exam. So when you work on these, again, they're not algorithmic, so I can't really go through through them. Is make sure that you're reading everything. Okay? So like this, we know this is Maria Tall Chief, single taxpayer, birth date, address, and her social security number. We know she has no dependents and receives a W-2 from her job at a local restaurant. So we're really only doing a W-2. And she did receive a $1,200 earned income, not earned income, the stimulus payment. Now, remember this, when we look at Cengage does not have the second stimulus payment here. So we're basically pretending it doesn't exist right now. And you're going to see that with the tax forms. But since she has received, we don't have to worry about the recovery. And then when you click these tabs, it will show actual tax forms. Most of us should be able to recognize a W-2. Again, if you've never seen one, here is their Social Security. We always double check to make sure the Social Securities are the same. This is our employer ID. Those are not really important. It's usually the numbers over here. Okay. So our wages and our federal income tax. Those are the two big ones that we actually care about. The rest, We're not going to put Social Security tax anywhere. We're not going to put medical tax withheld anywhere. We are only going to discuss federal income tax withheld and the wages and tips. Okay. So on Form 1040, you will select what her filing status is. It's already put in their name, the social security, which is awesome. You don't have to do that. You're going to see if it's going to say, did she want to basically donate to the presidential election campaign? I have no idea why they do this. Basically, I don't know anyone that actually, basically donate to it. But that is completely up to y'all. Here, it says at any time. This is our cryptocurrency one. Mostly they'll probably tell you. If they don't tell you, then the answer is probably going to be no. Again, actually they do have it in this one that where she wants to donate, so we would say yes. Healthcare is perfectly good. I don't even worry about healthcare. Yeah, it doesn't say that she has any crypto, so I would just put it as 0, or basically no. Someone can claim her. Make sure you read through to see if she can be claimed. Her age and blindness. She is not over 65, so she's gonna be born. Actually, it'll be probably none. She has no spouse, so we already know the answer to that one. No dependents. Here's where we'll put their wages, which, again, Cengage basically gives you the blanks, so you don't have to worry about going, oh, where do I put it? Oh, here it is. It's blank right there. Wages. Where's my wages? What's my total income? And then adjusted gross income. So it actually does tell you to which lines to subtract from. This is why I love tax forms. If you just read them, it will tell you exactly what to do sometimes. I actually going to ask you to take the standard deduction or itemize. Notice, basically we don't see anything for itemize here in the instructions. So most likely we're going to take the standard. If you don't remember what the standard is, you can go through to one of the previous ones, problems that we have the list, like right here. And you can figure out what the filing status is for that person. And there's your standard. Back to this. Let's see. Then we have add lines 12 and 13. Then taxable income. And then we're going to figure out our tax. We have the tax tables here. So again, you can go right to the tax table as soon as you figure out the taxable income. Same stuff we've been doing on all the previous problems. Okay. Then again, it's just filling in the blanks. Subtract. This will be your total tax. And then here's that federal income withholding from that W-2. You'll fill that in. And finish off the rest of the form. Okay, I really just want to go through the first one that you see so you can see how this program does. They open up separate windows, or we can collapse. It's supposed to have other little graphics here, but they don't. And it's just really up to you how you want to view it. 1.02, again, basically running through the same thing. Just be careful and read. This one, they have a dependent child, so maybe it's just a little bit different status. Let me see if the 1040 actually has the recovery. I'm curious. Yeah. That's 2020 estimated tax payments, earned income. Here's the recovery rebate credit if they actually have it. Again, because Cengage does not recognize the second stimulus payment, because that happened so late in the year, and the publisher has to get the software out and everything. They don't have that extra 600, but honestly, everybody's going to get that 600. So I am actually curious to see how they do this later on. We'll find out. Anyway, that's really it. This is again just an overview of the Chapter 1 homework. If you have any questions, please email me. Do not email me on here, on Cengage, because I probably won't get it. Make sure you're actually sending it through the Lone Star email address. Okay, that's on your syllabus. Okay, so I will see y'all next time for another grand adventure in tax. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all a little bonus if you keep watching. Chapter 1 quiz. You will have about an hour to take the quiz, and you get 3 takes on this assignment. So, if you hit start assignment, these are all going to be multiple choice. So you will have 20 of them, and you just basically go through and answer each question. Okay? Not too bad. I really do like how this goes. Again, even though it says email instructor here, don't do that. Please don't do that, because again, I probably won't see it. So always email to the one that's on the syllabus. Okay? And then, again, bonus. This is basically something to help y'all out. These are I guess you can call them reviews, or just learning. So let me see, preview. Again, it will actually tell you it's not graded. These aren't graded. These are just an added resource for y'all. So if I start the assignment on one of these, we can do the assessment to check our prior. Hit OK. Okay, let's get started. So we'll ask you some questions. This is the pre-test to help you out. And these are really good just to really refresh your mind if you want to wait on this till the exam. Or if you just want to do them, that's up to you. The only thing I am concerned with is your homework and quiz. Okay? And be cautious. I may end up throwing a discussion post every now and then in the weeks. But for right now, this is it. Again, this little assessments, little self-guides. Let me see what they actually call them, because I forget. Oh, adaptive study plans. Again, those are just there just to help y'all out. It's a study plan. Okay? Just glad I'm not assigning you anything reading either. I could, but no, it's pretty easy. Self-forward. This is just really, again, added resource. Okay? Again, if you stayed around for the little extra credit, yay, extra stuff. But again, that's about it. And if you have any questions regarding Cengage, let me know.